Walt Harris and Jerry Seltzer here at the Cow Palace in San Francisco. We have a championship round game underway between the Chiefs and the Jolters, and it's 5-5 as we're moving into the second period of play. And we have the men out there. That means Bill Grohl is up there, number 49 for the Chiefs, as he waves over here. Joe Perez, Larry Lee, and Bob Woodbury, number 40. He's got a little receiver in his helmet. Here we go. The Jolters have 5. The Chiefs have 4. There's a penalty handed out to a member of the girls' team on the Chiefs. That means a man has to set it out. And Bob Woodbury is out. Joe Stafford in pursuit. Stafford, a veteran skater, has got a man out there now that can go with him, though. Hey, I tell you, he can go with him. Bob Woodbury, who can do it if he can stay on the track and keep his temper. The newest member of this Chief club, just working his way into the lineup, learning their plays. He's got Bill Grohl, the block for number 49. Jerry Cattell, the blonde tiger, backed up with the Jolters, number 9. Big man. And they're moving on him. Watch 48, Bob Woodbury. He's the man that can score. They're crisscrossing behind Jerry Cattell. Jerry's head on a swivel trying to keep track of who's who and where they are. There they are. Bill Grohl with the block. Woodbury goes by for 1. Moving now, and Stafford is back in the pack. Stafford blocking there. Stevens came up on the jam for the Jolters, but as he got up there, Woodbury cut it off. So Woodbury picked up the point in there for the Chiefs to give them the lead 6-5 over the Jolters with 9:47 to go in the second period of play. Woodbury is very casual about that jam, Jerry.
Well, and the odd thing was he's getting more cheers than jeers here. He's not one of the more favored people here in the San Francisco Bay Area. But that's going to show some versatility for that Chief attack, because really the biggest man on that team has been Bill Grohl, and he's not terribly large. I mean, he's 5'10". And then from then, Sam Tiapula, who is injured, he's not in this game. Larry Lee, who is taller than Bill Grohl, but very, very lean, and a lot of small jammers.
Here we go on the jam. It's Early John out. John Early on the jam, number 47, and chasing him, Charlie Gibson, number 5 for the Jolters. Each team has a jammer out on the play. Right behind John Early now is Charlie Gibson, who's another great-looking youngster in this Jolter club. He's got size and ability, and there's some of the ability. Bill Grohl blocking now on Gibson, number 5. Joe Stafford, number 7, back to keeping an eye on John Early, number 47. There's his block on John Early. Into the rail he goes. Other jammers are out and moving with it. Gibson fighting his way behind the blocking of Jerry Cattell and Cal Stevens. 3 points in there on the play. Gibson getting the room. Jerry Cattell and Cal Stevens, the 2 big guns on this Jolter club, did the blocking. And the Jolters go back in front 8-6. Cal Stevens, number 8, big man, wears the pivot helmet, 220 pounds, strongest man on skates. Jerry Cattell, 205, 210, about 6'2½". They're big. A lot of size on this Jolter club. 8-6 to score. The Jolters lead the Chiefs in a championship round game. Remember, we'll have an interview at the end of the half. Backs formed, the players line up, the jammer starting from the rear of the pack. And Joe Perez is out of there first, 43. 60 seconds starts to tick off. At the end of that time, this jam will end. During that time, his job, get around that track, catch up with the pack, and then for each member of the opposing team he passes, he will get credit for a point. Very easy to keep track of how you score in this game. Yet I run into people all the time that say, how did you score in that game? Well, this man, Joe Perez, when he catches up with that pack, for every member of the Jolters he passes, he will get a point. He actually is lapping that man, because remember, he started from the rear of the pack. Now he's up there. If he should get by Cal Stevens, that would be 1 point, but that's a hard one to get. Stafford, number 7, grabs the lead on the jam for the Jolters. Same story for him. For every Chief he passes, he will get a point now. Bill Grohl is trying to block him out. There's Bill Grohl, 49. There's Stafford, number 7. There they are. Move into the turn and out of the turn. Early spun around by Cal Stevens. Stevens waiting for him. Down is Stafford, put there by Bill Grohl. Still no points have been scored. The jammers are yet to pass a man on the opposing team. 3, 2, 1. And that's it. Just as it ended, Grohl with the block on Stevens, Stevens to the Stafford, and they both went down. Score stays at 8-6. The Jolters out in front. Jerry, you might remind the people, too, how they score, because it's still amazing to me the amount of people that I run into and they say, how do you score in that game? Yet it seems so simple. Maybe it seems simple to us.
Well, of course, it is, you say, well, it's very obvious. So at the start of each play, there are the 2 solid color helmets in the front, the pivot skaters. The black helmets right behind them, the solid blockers, and then the striped helmet skaters, they are the jammers. Now, that sounds confusing, but it really isn't. All they have to do is get out of that pack, circle the track. For each member of the opposing team they pass, they get a point. That's it. no balls to handle and no bats or no gloves. Maybe that confuses people. All they have to do is gain a lap, pass them, they get a point.
Oh, down hard into the turn. Mike Gammon. He's up again with a big lead now as Charlie Gibson, number 5 for the Jolters. And this guy, boy, he's the coming star. You just have to face it. He's being blocked out now by Bill Grohl, who is a star. Mike Gammon, one of the greats, with a beautiful jump block on Gibson. Gammon moving behind Bill Grohl now. Grohl blocking on Jerry Cattell. Gammon in there to the inside for 3, 4, I think.
The official decision, there was 4.
4 points for Mike Gammon. That shows you this man's ability. He went down in a bad fall at the other end of the track. Got up, still got in there, and picked up 4 points. Great blocking in there by Bill Grohl, Larry Lee and company on that play, though. And Cattell belts Mike Gammon down, and Larry Lee is after him.
Cattell and Lee facing off.
And Lee is belted by big Jerry Cattell. I tell you, look at the size of a man before you go take after him. And that's what Cattell did as Bill Grohl took after him. Cattell got out of there.
1 minute penalty slugging. Jerry Cattell and Larry Lee.
Larry Lee drew a penalty. Jerry Cattell drew a penalty.
Well, just in case, Walt, the fans don't fully understand about the rules, if you'd like to get a free copy or put your name on the mailing list and receive special advance information about upcoming games in your area, write to Roller Derby, mailing list or rules, Post Office Box 1828, Oakland, California, 94604. Please include your zip code and the station on which you are now watching this program.
Very good score, 10-8. The Chiefs on top after that last 4-point play. Mike Moore on in the jam with Joe Perez 43, and out there is Bob Woodbury. He's being blocked by JoJo Stafford. Woodbury and Stafford mixing it up as they go along there, both trying to get the advantage on the other. Finally, Stafford is down. There's the pack. Stafford and Woodbury battling again. There's your lead jammer, Joe Perez, moving in a pack. There's Cal Stevens, number 8, to block.
35 seconds left to go in jam time. It'll be Cal Stevens.
Cal Stevens has offers football scholarships, but he said this was his game. He hasn't regretted it. Some of the skaters have, though. Perez, for instance, right now, recipient of these hard blocks by muscle man Cal Stevens again.
17 seconds remaining in the jam.
And again in there. Here comes Bob Woodbury on the jam. He jumps on Stevens' back. Perez falls over the top of him. Officials have to call the points. Woodbury slammed hard in the rail by Stevens. Perez gets an elbow. Mike Moore up there, but time runs out. How many? No points, they say. I thought Perez tripped and went over the top of Cal Stevens down there. That would have put him on the other side, unless the officials say he was half off the track when he did so. You cannot hit the infield when you pass for a point. You must stay on the track.
I think we saw something there. Cal Stevens, how can you say he's underrated, Walt? Because you keep talking about him. But he's so young, it's hard to believe he's so good. Number 8 there. He can jam, probably with any jammer in the league. And his blocking ability on that play was just fantastic. You remember, he's going 40 miles an hour, blocking on a jammer, and suddenly another one comes up on him.
Well, we've seen big men come into the league before, and it takes them a long time to reach their peak. But not the case with Cal Stevens. This guy has so much ability. He was a star overnight. That is a real rarity with a big man. Gibson out on the jam with him, Early John. 10-8 is the score. The Chiefs lead the Jolters. John Early, 47, moving behind Charlie Gibson, number 5. Early John in there with the block. He's going to work on him. He's warned for grabbing and a penalty called to John Early. He's heading for that referee right now in the infield. Well, Gibson's trying to score, and he does. Bill Grohl blocked out by Stafford Cattell. More blocking by Cattell on Larry Lee, and another point. Could be 3. Stafford going at it over there now. He's clobbered by Bill Grohl. Bill lays another right hand in there. Leaves Stafford on the deck. That was 3 points on the play, though, for the Jolters, and they go back in front of the Chiefs 11-10 with 2:07 to go here in the second period of play in the first half.
Jolters obviously a very physical team, and actually JoJo Stafford, who took Bill Grohl on there, is the 4th smallest man on this team. They can put a starting lineup out there that's almost 1,000 pounds, Walt, and for roller derby, as you know, that's pretty unusual.
And there were 3 Jolter points scored.
11-10 to score, 1:38 to go in this period. A championship round game. Remember, we'll have an interview at the end of the half.
Back being reorganized. Whistle sounds.
Out of there first, it's Larry Lee, 44 on the move for the Chiefs. Mike Moore, number 4, in pursuit. So each team is a jammer out on the play. There are 4 Jolters out there. There are 3 Chiefs. Penalties handed out in that period. On that last jam. Cut the amount of manpower down out there on the track. Mike Moore is Larry Lee with nice skating, got away from him. Woodbury down for a moment, is up and moving again. Jerry Cattell, number 9, blocking on Larry Lee. Bob Woodbury blocking there on Mike Moore, number 4. Watch Woodbury hammer him with a block. Another block on Mike Moore, number 4 by Woodbury. There's Cattell trying to move out Woodbury. There's points scored in there by Moore. Larry Lee also possibly for the Chiefs. 2 Jolter points, and there was 1 Chief point on the play as Larry Lee got in there. So 2 for the Jolters, 1 for the Chiefs. Makes the score now 13-11. The Jolters lead the Chiefs. We have 34 seconds to go here in the second period, and then we'll have the girls coming out on the track for the third period of play here in the first half.
A lot of Jolter fans here, Walt. Quite a caravan came out from Cleveland and that area in buses and all. You really hear them tonight. You see them over in the corner, one whole section with their banners.
Here we go. 12 seconds left. Can they do it? If anybody can, it's Mike Gammon. 8 seconds. He's pouring it on. Chased in there by Charlie Gibson. 4 seconds. There's blocking in there. He's got 2. Bill Grohl leaving Jerry Cattell and Jojo Stafford on the deck. Mike Gammon over the top. He got the 2 points. It takes a man with the speed of Mike Gammon to take advantage of blocking like that with just a few seconds left on the clock. He circled that entire track and picked up 2 points for the Chiefs, and that ties it up. So it's a great play by Mike Gammon. Great blocking by Bill Grohl. Those 2 really make a great tandem on this Chief club. And they've added Bob Woodbury, too. So remember, as he works his way in, what it's going to mean to this Chief team. Well, it's a great play and a great way to wind up that period. So the score here at the end of the second period of play is the Chiefs 13 and the Jolters 13.